Hello, hello! I am Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I actually don't know if my stuff is doing what I need it to do. Oh, it's not! Uh-oh. Had a bad feeling. There we go. Hello, hello, hello! I am Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and we are on Justice for All. Why is my Streamlabs deciding that it wants to act this way? Let me see if I can fix that very quickly, or I'm going to be very annoyed. Well, I'm going to leave it as is, and I will simply hope everything sorts itself out. So I don't know how to fix it, other than starting it over. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Pearly! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train. Oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth. Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd only seen him yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Maya! Please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. Edgeworth's not dead. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I know that man has his own video game series. What? I don't know why we're talking about him like he's dead. But wait a second, what's that supposed to mean? Maybe Edgeworth did something, and Phoenix is like, well, he's simply dead to me now, and sometimes I can still hear his voice. But I don't know. I just don't know. Bad break? I could not fathom why Phoenix is talking about this poor man like he's dead. Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick. Oh, look at it. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Oh, she's beautiful. She does the same arm clenchy thing that her dad did. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Oh, honey, let's not do this. Hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Is that a whip? Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you could... It is a whip. I'm talking! If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Yo! She's just whipping people in court. Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give you the defense team 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say that you did kill someone. How foolish. If that is how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. So how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now why would he have... Oh. Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims? The defendant, Maya Faye's, were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Ah, I walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point blank range. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And then there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. How do you not know that, Phoenix Wright? But before the victim was shot, he was stabbed in the chest. Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? Looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? Ugh, this does not look good. Ha ha ha! What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yup, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter, then, which was first? Think a little more before you open your big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well, the court accepts them into evidence. 2 shots. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes. Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. Probably not. If we plead justified self-defense, we would be basically confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective. Yes, sir. Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Oh, yes, sir. Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Oh! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a backspray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Alright, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Huh, what's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal. Come now, Mr. Wright. There is no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. This blood on the costume. A lab results showed that it was the victim's blood. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So were there any other clues you would glean from this piece of evidence? Oh, well. If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Oh yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it. Looks like my time is up. So about the costume. Hold on. There must be something wrong with it. I wish I had that picture that Lana Hart took, because I don't think... I thought the bloodstains were lower in that image than what I see here. Your Honor, actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you were talking about? I've come this far. There is no turning back now. Oh, there's a bullet hole in it. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that must be a bullet hole. Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony that just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then no way. Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person, without a doubt was not fighting back. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We couldn't find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. Ugh, we're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. That has to be... Now I have to show this, because it has a bullet hole in it, right? Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes. Having you called me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlook supposed to mean? Well, what does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is that what it means to not fight back? Oh, you're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha! What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Karma. It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Ah! Now that you... Why, that's right. Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No. Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired, added in, of course. You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. This scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. But please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. And in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant... I'm losing my voice so early. And in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the current channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the current channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about, I don't quite get it. Oh, never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he probably was hurt pretty bad. How badly would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Ah! Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. So, you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. My, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. When the safety off, even an amateur like you could fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me, I wonder. Now do you understand? Avon Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad, but there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. I actually don't know. I've pressed everything. It's actually probably gonna do something with this. Fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The stabbing really throws things off, to the point that I don't think I believe it. The stabbing seems like an afterthought. I feel like the man, he had to have, she was probably still channeling, and he stood up and took a shot because of how low that one bullet hole is. I just don't know if that's, also, they were too close, so he missed is bizarre. Hello, I am very well. How are you? Also, if they were so close... I can't do anything with this. There were no burns around it, right? So they weren't that close. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Huh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh, but there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. My day has not been too bad, thank you. This is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disapprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away, and it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How is that? As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make a final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Yeah, it's this thing. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to this hole in the folding screen. Ugh! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Oh, who, where, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order, order. This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Like... somewhere around here. Uh-oh. Wait, what? I hate these diagrams. Ugh, so like here. Somewhere around here. Wait, really? Do I have to be closer to the folding screen? These diagrams make me absolutely angry. Somewhere around here. Really? I don't know where I'm supposed to present that. They're not close together. And she had to have been facing this way for the hole to happen. I'm gonna fucking lose because I don't know where I'm supposed to put this this very specific spot. Oh my god. This is maddening. Nope. Oh, hold on. Now I'm like actually super frustrated. Oh, well, simply. Oh, do they want me all the way back there? I didn't think you could walk back there. I guess you could. She was standing in the folding screen. I just didn't think. I thought I know that the map says differently, but I thought you couldn't actually get over there because it was too cluttered. That's what I remember from the. You know what? It's fine. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. Why? You of all people should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at. But you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Ugh. Upon further consideration, that does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out, improving the logic behind everything is your job. Oh. Alright. With this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Ugh, of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective! How dare you damage my perfect logic? How is it all my fault? You could start repairing your standing by removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness. That's gotta be Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. That was super frustrating. And she was crouching there too. I thought she was still praying. But that's jumping logic, I suppose. Because it didn't make sense for her to be crouching. Whatever. It's fine. It's super fun. Phew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I feel like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? Yeah, that must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose me and my ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Oh, are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. Court will now reconvene. Now the first order of... Oh, I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix. How you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza. Name and occupation. I declare what in tarnation. Hey, Judge, this here violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. My name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang! We hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant, waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Eh? Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you reckon. Of course I did. Yeah. Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in the room. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. Was it really only those two that went in? Objection! What are you blathering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear? But you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Oh, shit. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know, and I tell you that was a gunshot I heard. Now, this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma. I broke the door down. Sorry. I just feel like an inquisition. No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Lotta, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room. I was murdered. Lotta, at a time like this, times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? That gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see. Order, Miss Hart. You are here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good. This shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. With this, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered, one of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats, and I'm trapped like one. Again. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch. Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Wreck's a given. Huh? What? In the... Wreck given, you know. You reckon? That's a given. Took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out back behind the folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart. What? You got a problem? Wreck given. I mean, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as wreck and giving... Ugh! Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you? Just as I thought. There is nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with the testimony. At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove that it's not Maya in that photo? Ugh. I can't prove it's not her. Not with that photo. And it says yet, so maybe something will happen. I just don't have it. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove that this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think this is quite obvious to the court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. I told you, totally, 100% impossible. Ms. Von Karpa, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Phoenix, you just can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia! Oh, I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But pearls! Her clothes are a little bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go! But how? She's already taken away my every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! I was murdered. What? Lotta, at a time like this! Times like this are the perfect time for snapping up shots. You see? There is one final piece to this puzzle. Mia. Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any unrelated... It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Yvonne Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see it? But I mean, I have some place I must go after this. Alright, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry up and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more, what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber? Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am waiting. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. So, what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person. However, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made this point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not of the Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ow! Foolish fool, spreading foolish foolishness just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendants share quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Ugh, sorry, Maya. Are you all done here? Can I continue? I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. It must be... Oh, I forgot the... And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer. That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Wah! Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. But I still managed to point my hammer at Maya and take a shot. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only 1 has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding? No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious that prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. Your Honor, the defense asks the prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Ugh. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit it as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. What's this? What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist the person in this picture is not Maya? Ooh. I have a feeling... I think, because Von Karma knows that people change. Fuck it. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body is taken on a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order, order, order. Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it. You're too soft. You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at the prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling. I think you had better continue to worry Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright, and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey, but isn't this totally a different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can. Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in the state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is defendant Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there a way I can prove that this person in the picture is not Maya? The blood splatters are different? No, I guess they're not different. They're pretty high up. There's no bullet hole. No. Shit, I hit the wrong one. No. Shoot. Okay, I thought they were gonna end the game on me. Okay. Your Honor, within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. What is it, Mr. Wright? Fuck, dude. Please let me explain. So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture, then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange with this picture? Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Oh, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? What incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting there was none. Let's deal with that. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor? There is only one logical explanation for this contradiction. The shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order, order, order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Mommy! The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess. I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. A witness. Ugh! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, yeah, no. If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis. You're mighty scary, so what don't you say? Ugh! I swear I wasn't lying to nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right! Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around. That's right, Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if, before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either of these contradictions were true... Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how foolish a fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. There's two of these keys. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Yay! That's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Oh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Oh, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous! This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma. How can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah? Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. Ugh, what a disaster. Probably have time for an investigation, to be sure. Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick. You're welcome. I had to come and look at a few things here today anyway. I thought about this a little. If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man, she definitely didn't. Yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person. Yes, Pearls? Oh, I see. I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad. So what did you think of seeing your first trial? I was really surprised. I had never seen so many people before. Oh. And Mystic Maya looks so small and helpless. Well, Maya's already naturally short, so... And then, that snobby woman with the ruffly clothes. Ruffly? Oh, she means Francisca. She had such a bad attitude. She had acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I am going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya? Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor, so her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win. That's terrible! But she's really a good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right? There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same. Well, he might have become a good guy, eventually. He? Who are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Is it that person Mr. Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgyworth? That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore. I refuse to believe this man is dead. I don't know why we're talking about him like he's dead. It's the funniest thing. And it wasn't even all that long ago. We saw this man in January, and now it's like July, right? So it's been like 5 months. I really don't talk to him. He's been dead for a long time. It's so stupid. Jesus. He clutched onto his foolish pride too fiercely and died for it. Oh, apparently he is dead. How? He must have... Oh, that's too bad. By the way, yes, what is it? You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you? Why are you asking me? No, I was just thinking earlier. I didn't see anything. She didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls and what was she doing? And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick this up? I just realized I never asked what you were doing at the time of the crime. Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when the murder happened? Ah! What was I doing. I wasn't doing anything. She's really bad at lying. You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anybody else, I promise. Oh. 2. I guess you can see through my lie, huh? Yeah, clearly. I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick? Well, I definitely don't have anything. I will come back to this whole situation. Because you need evidence. It's really empty. Training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What is she doing? It looks like she's talking to a picture. Oh. Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty. What in the... Who's there? Oh, if it isn't Mr. Wright. Just curious, but that picture you were just looking at. Oh, today was that event, was it not, good sir? I heard you did well. Oh yes, thank you. I'm terribly sorry I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. I had a previous engagement, as I had to watch over the trainees training today. I get the sense she really doesn't want to talk about the picture. All because the master can't be here with us. You understand. And that is why a lowly branch family member such as myself must do this. Have you remembered anything about the murder? No, I told you everything I know already. Were you in this room the whole time Lotta and I went to call the police? Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. I performed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterwards. You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen? I would like to say more did. However, that is all that occurred. I was really hoping for some new info. I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played on your hopes. Could you possibly be any more patronizing? So, do the students train every day? Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off the day after the murder, of course, however. And I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training? Mr. Wright! Yes, wow, she got really scary real fast. How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They are to be dressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Sorry, I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far? Next question, please. Oh man, she's really being a pain in the butt about this. Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir. So the master is, Maya's mother, right? Mystic Misty. She is a brilliant medium. And where is she now? We're not sure. Not sure. About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit, and after that, she simply disappeared. I don't believe she will return to this village in any case. And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village. Erased? A person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead. Oh, I see. And that is 4 years from now for her. When that happens, a new master will be appointed to Corinne Village. And Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid... I must be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there. This is the key to this room. That's right. But why do you have it, good sir? That I'm not telling. Return it at once! I can't. It's evidence, after all. I think she knows exactly how important this key is to the murder. But what is this feeling I'm getting from her? It feels... I can't describe it. There are 6 parts of the current sacred writings. To think that this valued treasure of our village and Mystic Maya were both shot by a gun. Well, that's... Even if it was something that occurred during a channeling, it is an unforgivable act. That is Mystic Maya before I applied the spirit severing technique. This picture, it was taken without my express permission. I knew allowing a person like her from the Heartland into our country was a bad idea. You do realize that the Heartland is part of this country, right? Okay. We might have to come back to her. Looks like there's no one here. And even though even though the weather is gorgeous today, it's raining inside my heart. The bedding is all laid out today too. I guess I'll leave them alone for now. This thing is weird. I keep wondering about this box. I'm sure this wasn't here before the murder took place. It looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big just for clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Yeah, I'm sure we'll come back to it. I'm still convinced that was the box that Maya got put in. This vase is also suspicious. It's a really old urn. There are ashes of a person long dead inside. Law school is very, very hard. It looks like something with a long history. Other than that, it's not very interesting, so time to move on. It's a small incinerator. I don't think garbage trucks come all the way out here to tiny villages like this, so every family has to burn their own trash. Ugh. The 2 most important things don't have any new dialogue. Alright, Pearlies.
Take that!
Oh, they don't refill my bar, huh? I just get fucked? Okay. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay? But what if I can't just tell you what happened? Then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound? What? You could do that? You'll tell me if I guess something right, won't you? Yes. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were right. You were here, right? I'm going to say yes. Probably the Winding Way. That's where we found her. Because Eni was here. We were all here.
Take that!
You were here, weren't you, Pearls, on the Winding Way? Wow, you got it! So do you think you can tell me now? I'm sorry, not yet. Man, oh man. Alright, what next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there. Do you really know that much? Well, I'm a lawyer, you know. Now, what was it Pearls was doing in the Winding Way? Oh, that I have no idea. There's no way for me to answer that. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Okay. A shoe's in the winding way, so I've got to find something. A splendid garden with small lamps and traditional decorations. It's a bit small to walk around in. Although that incinerator piques my curiosity. Side room. I think Pearl must... So don't show... Alright, that's fair. I've seen this knife before. Really? Where? My kitchen. Oh, that's right. This knife belongs to the face. I'll skin and cut up some apples for you later, Mr. Nick. Oh, okay. Thanks. About this key, Pearls. You found it on the day of the murder, right? Yes. Now, where you found this key is very important. So please tell me, Pearls, where did you find this? I found it in the incinerator. The incinerator? Is she talking about the one in the garden? The door on it was a little open, so I took a peek. When was that? I was after the channeling when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick? Yes? Are you going to tell my mother? Huh? You mean tell Morgan what you did? Yeah, if she finds out that I was playing in the leftover trash, I'll get a spanking. Gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from here then, alright? From her then, okay? The incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Okay, there we go. Well, that wasn't like that when I was here earlier. Hey, there's someone by the incinerator. Oh, looks like they've noticed me. And are now running at top speed towards me. Oh, hey! Oh, that's not your voice. Oh, hey? Like, you're that dentist guy. Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to see you again. Oh, like, real suave. So it's like my turn? It's nice to see you too. So what's up? You're all out of breath. Like, huh? Oh, like, you mean, like, I'm just totally happy and, like, totally excited to be here. Excited? Like, I mean, there are so many things to, like, see. It's, like, the real deal here. Oh, really? For example, like, that urn over there? Do you, like, know about it? All I see is an old cracked piece of pottery. Is there something of is there some sort of legend connected with that urn? Like, yeah, it's like this village's treasure. Huh? Didn't know that. And like, it's sealed inside that urn? What are you talking about? Like, you know. Amy Faye's spirit. Amy Faye? Who's that? Like, jeez, Mr. Smith, get with the program? Everyone knows the lady that founded the current channeling technique was Mystic Amy. You don't have to get upset with me. So, like, as long as her spirit, like, lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Faye family will stick around. Like, isn't that totally romantic? Romantic, huh? If that urn really is as important as she says, it could be a vital clue. Eni, I wanted to ask you about the murder. Murder? Dr. Grace, remember? As if there's another one. Oh, that one! Like, you should have said so in the first place. So, like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Well, that's not much help. Did you notice anything at all? Like, come on, what a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing. Oh yeah, you only introduced Dr. Gray to Carrion Village. No relation, sure. Even if you were only acquaintances, that still means you knew him. Furthermore, your sister, who died in that accident, was a nurse at his clinic. Alright then, why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident? Like, why? You think, like, it's got something to, like, do with this murder? I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I can. Psyche locks? Like, what is it? Looks like I'm going to need something to pry her mouth open on this one. Oh, good gracious. Okay, before anything happens, I need to look at things. That's right. Pearl said she found this key inside the incinerator. I guess I should take a look inside for myself. This is from Maya's costume. There's blood on it. A tiny bit, but still. So there's a spirit in this urn, huh? Huh, all I see is a bunch of cracks. But I guess maybe the spirit could live in the space between the cracks. Looks like something's written on it. I am, huh? Weird. I don't think I can break her psyche locks either, and I still don't think I have enough information. Oh, I read that last time. She's not here though. Excuse me. Who am I talking to? There's no one here. Do you have anything new to say to me? Nope. Her music is so cute. Do I have enough to break Pearl's locks? Hey Nick, I've been waiting. She looks so helpless. So how was it? What did you find out? Well, I found a few things. Is it so bad that you can't even look me in the eye? It just needs a little more time. It will all come together by tomorrow, I promise. I'm sorry, Nick. Every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble. So how was it? Today's trial, I mean. You were fantastic, Nick. Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around. I bet it would make a great Hollywood movie. Don't be silly. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're going to win this, Maya. Thanks. Thanks a lot, really. Hey, Nick. The person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't me, was it? Of course not. You're completely innocent. If that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in that room with the two of us, right? Well, did you check behind the folding screen? I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone there. That's exactly what Lotta said, too. Nick? Yeah? Why do you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray? Because of something Mia told me. My sis? What did she tell you? She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you. Now that you mention it... Wait! Then I really am! You're not the real murderer. I think that, maybe, before you even called the spirit, you were drugged. drugged? I think this was planned from the very beginning. And you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray. That's... I want to ask you something about Pearls. Pearly? What about her? No matter what I try, she won't answer me. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder. Huh? No, that's true. It's still crazy magic, though. Huh? Wait, Nick, you don't think she did it, do you? No, nothing like that. She'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never. She's a great kid, and really cute, and really great, and cute. I didn't really think she was the murderer, but she's definitely hiding something. You were with her on that date, right? Yeah, the two of us, we were playing with her ball. A ball, huh? Sounds like a dead end to me. So, about this ball, it's nothing really special, just a plain old ball. I think she was still playing with it when I started the channeling job that day. Pearly really loves to play with that ball. She loves to play with that ball, huh? When she wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box. The clothing box? Yeah. Pearly's always hiding in there. You know, the side room? There's a clothing box in there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. The clothing box in the side room, huh? Alright. Time to go to the clothing box in the side room. Oh, Lotta. Ah! Ah! Hey, wait, please, Lotta. She ran off into the manor. Where's Pearly? Lotta. Ah! Hey! I'm telling you, quit following me, you hear? I'm a worthless piece of trash. You lay eyes on me and they'll turn to dust. Ugh. I'm pretty sure I saw Lotta run in this direction, but it doesn't look like she's here. Oh, there's the ball. The Steel Samurai ball! It's Pearl's ball. Maya said that it's always kept in the clothing box. So then, what is it doing on the floor? It's the clothing box where Pearl's ball is usually kept. I wonder what's inside. Ah! Ah! What are you doing in there? What were you thinking? I'm a bad person, just another piece of human trash. I needed a hole to crawl into. So you crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into? Oh man. Huh? There's a small hole in this clothing box. And it's about 8 inches off the ground. That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen. Then could this... It's the clothing box. So it's big enough to fit a grown adult. Well, if it can be called an adult. Okay. So we got the ball. Lotta's not actually here. That's fine. I think Pearl's ball is what I need. Oh god, I'm tired of talking to Lotta. Oh, Mr. Nick! That person ran by here just now. What person? You know, the person with the fluffy cotton candy hair. Ah, she means Lotta. She said, don't look at me with them eyes, but I'm not that scary, am I? I don't think that's quite what she meant. Oh, that's right. She also wanted me to tell you. I'm going on a trip to find myself, so don't you bother finding me. Oh, well, thanks. You're welcome. It's not stealing her toy. It's evidence. Okay. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay? But what if I can't just tell you what happened? Then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound? What? You can do that? You'll tell me if I guessed something right, won't you? Yes. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were right here, in the winding way.
Take that!
You were here, weren't you, Pearls, in the winding way? Wow, you got it! So, do you think you can tell me now? I'm sorry, not yet. Man, oh man. Alright, what next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there. Do you really know that much? Well, I am a lawyer, you know. Now, what was Pearls doing in the winding way?
Take that!
You were playing with this ball, right? Ah, that's right. How did you know? Maya told me that you love to play with your ball. Yeah, I was playing with my ball. Uh-huh, and then? Something happened, huh? Something really bad? Oh! What do you mean, something? Nothing happened! This is it. While you were playing with your ball, this happened. Oh, she broke the vase. Because it's supposed to say Amy. So she didn't even put it back together, right?
Take that!
This urn, it's a village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the currying technique is sealed in here, isn't it? Yes. What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there. Oh, please don't tease me. Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? The ball smacked into it, knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange that the lock hasn't broken yet. It's a really old urn, isn't it? I guess? It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. Her voice is shaking. How can you tell that urn has been broken? That's a good question.
Take that!
Who started the currying channeling technique? Huh? Oh, it was Mystic Ami. That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a little odd when I saw I-M written on this urn. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn. And made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Oh, thank you, God. Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the winding way with my ball. And that's when you broke the urn? Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Ami's spirit fly away. Don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so... You thought you could put them back together and no one would notice? Yes. I found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean the winding way? Yes. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. I see. So about how long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job. Yeah, I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor. So that's around when Lotta and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? I'm going to get banished, aren't I? I don't really think that's going to happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Ami's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done, and a happy resolution. Whew. That's what you get, child. I have to find Lotta. Unless she really did just leave forever. Phew. I think I found out everything I can. But I can't see how it all adds up. Huh. Hey. And is Eenie Meenie being here just a coincidence? Hey, mister! How is it that the spirit of Dr. Gray wanted to call... That the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse. And that nurse turns out to be Enie's sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you! I wish I knew a little more about Eenie, but where am I going to find info like that? Oh, I get it! You can't be bothered to look over at trash like me. Is that it, Mr. Hot and Mighty? Ah! Lotta. Oh, so you finally noticed. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word. Well, I gotta hand it to you. You sure know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump one around like this. Thanks? But, you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? And as for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing? Oh, well, you see. Well, you're not exactly a real gentleman with a lady's heart, are you? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Look, I'm real dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya real badly, Lotta. Oh, I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me. I'm not... I am not done. And to think we trusted you, Lotta. And what do? You stab us in the back. You stressed us all out and then gave Maya a few strands of white hair. Oh. Now I'm gonna have to pray she makes it, or she may come back as a ghost. Ah! That's enough. You can stop right there. Look, I'll tell you everything I know. Everything. I'll spill it all. Everything? Yeah, you got it. Everything. But, well, actually, tell you what. I'll even do it for free. You were expecting me to pay you after what you did to us? If Maya is not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Lotta? Well, heck, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak. You mean Eenie Meenie? Well, there ain't anyone else it could be, right? That Granny, you and me, we were all together that whole time. So Lotta suspects Eenie, which means she might have already found some info about our mysterious Eenie. Yeah, Lotta? Oh, I keep forgetting about profiles. Heh, that Eenie Meenie, right? Yeah, I was wondering if you know anything about this girl. You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. Yeah, I had heard as much. I had also heard that Eenie was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Korean Village. See, I don't say. That's one sneaky gal, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? Yes? Speaking of Eenie, do you have any other information about her? Sure. Well, what is it? Ha! It'll cost you, and it'll cost you a lot. Oh, silly me. Here I thought free meant no money necessary. That girl was hospitalized about half a year ago. Hospitalized? But why? Well, heck, you can go find out on your own. Huh? Here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you find out something. Maybe? What's that supposed to mean? Well, see, actually, it was gonna be annoying, I reckon, so I didn't actually go there. Ugh. Well, that's the way the gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sounds... Ugh. I mean, look, don't blame this... Ugh, never mind. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Better go out, check out this hottie clinic. The hottie clinic, huh? So this is where Eni was hospitalized. Oh no. Oh no. He's ugly. This man's a doctor? No. No. I didn't mean it like that. He's missing so many teeth. This man's gonna be problematic. I can just tell. He's gonna be like salmonella. I'm gonna have to do some gross voice work. Oh god. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Yes. Are you a doctor here? Yes, I'm Dr. Hottie. Oh. I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself. Yes, so what can I do to help? What can I help you with, huh? I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Eenie Meenie. Miss Eenie Meenie, Miss Eenie Meenie. Yes, oh, her. Ah, it's too bad. I'll tell you something that the girl left here a long time ago. Here you are, sir. You know you should be up and about. Come on, now back to your room with you. Ah, Sweetums, calm down, calm down. Don't be so harsh to an old man like me. Don't you dare start with that Sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. Wow, I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their bosses. Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat. I will... Surely you jest. Okay, okay, I got it. I got it. Yes. Yes, huh? Don't yes me. Who in the world are you? I'm Director Hottie. Ho. The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. Only person I can talk to is this guy. Ugh. So what exactly do you treat at this clinic? Yes, we treat all sorts of doctory clinical stuff, yes? The doctory clinical stuff? Well, I don't actually know or particularly care about the details, Yes. What is it that you're looking for? Yes, there's a real big general hospital around the corner, yes? But they can't accommodate everyone, they move some of their patients here, You do surgeries here, right? Yes, we do some plastic surgeries here, it seems. It seems. Yes, It seems that way. Does Phoenix not get that this man is not a real doctor? Or director, or anything? What do you know about Miss Eenie Meenie? Now you're... Ugh. Now you're talking. Yes, that girl. She was transferred from the general hospital. Oh, his fingers are doing things. From the general hospital to here? What kind of surgery did she need? Yes, well, she needed surgery. It was real bad, real bad. So what kind was it? Yes, well, no, you see, this is something, no, I can't tell you. So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director. See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff. It's in all those TV shows too, right? You've seen them, right? Yes? I'm never going to get him to unzip those broken zipper teeth of his at any rate. There's got to be something I can show to this old coot. Gross. Okay. Oh, Miss Eenie is really cute in this picture. You'd agree, right? Yeah, sure. I wish I could see her again. Maybe the next time she has a big accident. Yes. I'll tell her for you. Yes, please. I'll be waiting for her. Yes, waiting. About this person. I feel like somewhere I've seen her somewhere before, I think. Well, when she comes tomorrow for her consultation, I'm sure we can get reacquainted. I don't believe this. What do you think of this hot biscuit? She's glaring at me. Stare is making me choke up in tears. I was whipped by her. It hurt a lot. Oh wow, I'm so jealous. So, did you cry? How did it feel? I cried a little. I think. I can't actually remember. Oh, this is a superb example of a woman. I'd like to meet her just one time. Bring her to me tomorrow and she'll get special attention from me, I promise. Where does he think he is? This is a medical facility. So about this girl. She is not the best. Yes. But she'd be a great candidate for surgery. Yes. That's really the only thing I can prescribe for her. What is he talking about? What surgery? So, something tells me, no, nothing. There's no need to bring out this person in for an exam. Wouldn't do it anyway. Even as a pretend doctor, he gets an F from me. I showed him all the hot women I have. I don't know what more he wants from me. Oh, really? What is this, your angry face? Violence isn't the answer. Yes, the trial is tomorrow, and I would really like some information from you. Is that right? Well, you know, I think I can let you in on a little secret. What's that? Yes, actually, I'm not a real director. Are you kidding? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that. Eh? What do you mean? Do I have to explain this to him? Hold on. I'll give you something. Real information, okay? I'm actually this clinic. See, I'm like this place's walking dictionpedia. You mean walking encyclopedia? Yeah, that. It's my specialty is in young, silky smooth, hottie patients. There's nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed talking about it. Yeah? How about you keep that information to yourself? Anyway, you want to know about little Miss Eenie Meenie, right? Little Miss Eenie Meenie? That girl! I remember her especially well. Really, especially very well. I accidentally showed him my badge, and that worked out. Please tell me what you know about Eenie Meenie. Yes, I'll get to that. Trust me, I will. That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from the General Hospital. This was, yes, a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases. What, was she ill with? Ill? Nah. She was injured, not ill. With my trained eye, I could see. Yep, I could see it was a huge wound at that. A huge injury. Her whole body was wrapped around and around in bandages, and her arm was in her chest, and her arm was in a cast. That sounds pretty severe, all right. Yes, it was an accident. An accident. They're scary, yes? Cars, yes? Car? You mean it was a traffic accident? Yep, that's what gave her those terrible injuries. I swore it was in the papers, Yes, I looked it all up. I did. It was terrible. Yes. Dare I even ask what is wrong with this old guy? Just now, you mentioned something about a big operation. Are you talking about Miss Enie's operation? Yes, Miss Enie's. That was one heck of an accident. Yes, her whole face was burned like bad toast. It was bad, very bad. Was it really that bad? It was a good thing that Miss Eenie had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together. Picture? That girl, see, she had just gotten her license. So she just happened to have a licensed photo on her. Yes? Oh. So see, I got her picture as a way to remember her, yes? More like swiped. Breach of ethics? Oh, wait. What? A pretty girl like her? I bet she has lots of pictures of herself. Sure. It's a treasure, my treasure. Precious. What happened to the actual license itself? Who knows? I didn't bother to ask. It's probably just got burned up along with the car. Yeah. So you looked up information on Enie's accident, correct? Yep, sure did. Yes, I read every paper that coveted it at that time. What kind of accident was it? Do you remember? Yes, hold on. I'll go get it for you, the article, I mean. You have it? Well, don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so... obsessive to the max, but I bet I could learn about how to stay on a lead from this guy. Here we go. Yes. According to this, Miss Enie was in the passenger seat. The passenger seat, huh? And dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute, a sea of fire was all around her. Miss Enie fought open with the door and finally got it open, and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all the details in this article. Yes. A new clue. I should probably look this over. It's been half a year since Miss Enie had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year. It's already been half a year, huh? Yes, so how was I? I was a real help, wasn't I? Yes. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, well, then I'll be getting back to my room then. Tell Miss Enie I said hi, okay? Yes. It's time for me to leave too. Yes. Ugh! Okay, it's definitely time to leave. Well, that was gross. But hopefully I won't ever have to speak to him. As him. With him. Hey, so how was it? Did you go to the clinic? Yeah, I found out a few things, I guess. What's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Oh, yeah, So earlier that old granny called the cops. The cops? Why would Morgan call the police? She said she had something to tell him. Things are sure getting interesting. Oh, but honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers in a knot. Well, I guess you could put it that way. It always starts out small, you know? Stealing the master's seat and controlling the village folk. And now you see what it's turned into? A murder, that's what. Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on. What? That stuff you were just talking about. That's the first I've heard about it. Huh? Really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world. Well, excuse me for not keeping up with the gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat. Yep. Right now, the master is the medium named Misty Faye, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master? Do you know where Enie is, Lotta? Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around the garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. You got something to ask her? Yeah, I've got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me. So I hear the master has always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter? Turns out that old bat is Misty Faye's older sister. Oh, they say the older sister is usually the one with the more spiritual power. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Well, anyway, somehow Granny here lost to her younger sister Misty. I see. This made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sort of things too, like she's the oldest and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. Wow, I had no idea. So what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. Hey, like, I haven't seen you in... Oh, I'm doing... That's Lotta. Hey, like, I haven't seen you in a while. Burger King with foot lettuce. Yeah, I think I have enough finally to unlock her secret. Like, what's with that scary look on your face? Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, oh yeah. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. Eni just asked whose accident, which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, you got someone in mind? Oh wow, so like that person had a car accident too? You can't tell me you don't know. Like, how would I know if that person like had an accident? Oh, besides, like, I'm an occult fan, not an ambulance chaser like you. Alright, I get it. Okay, then let's see if you know about this person's accident. Oh, okay. I think I jumped ahead. It's yours. I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? Okay.
Take that!
Would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says, Miss Eenie Meenie holds interview about crash. Oh! You suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct? Like, wait, what now? What now? That's not me. Huh? I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Eenie Meenie, is, like, pretty common. What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Minnie, is in here too. Like, totally, wow. What a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps. You think I'm gonna let you get away with that? So, like, now what? Like, do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized?
Take that!
This is your proof. Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh. So, there was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say this photo looks like you. That creepy fake director! Now, are you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a second. Okay, so like, I was in an accident, sure. But that's like, totally not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? And that woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose the woman who died in that accident could be?
Take that!
I believe it was your sister, Mimi Minnie. Mimi. You were riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Yeah, I was riding in that car with my sister. We were, like, on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed my purse and escaped from the passenger side door. And your sister? I, like, couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke. I couldn't see anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, like, pay my sister back. I wonder. This does give Eni a good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray. It seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me, actually. I'd say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. What? We're just gonna let her threaten us like that? Okay, bye. Looks like something's up. Stop! Stop! Leave my mother alone! Ow! Hey, hold on! Okay, pal, I'm not gonna hurt! Pearl, dear, it is perfectly alright. I will be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please, let me go too! No, you must stay here and protect the manor. But... Aw, don't make that face. Hey, I'll tell you what! I'll show you something cool. Here, look! It's a real pistol! Detective! Do not upset me further! Oh, sorry. Gumshoe. Poor Gumshoe. Being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Ow. Mother. Mother. This has never happened before. Pearls. Mr. Nick. I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say something, Phoenix. Anything. I'm terrible at this. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be alright. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't just leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing. Okay, goodbye, Pearls. I'm leaving now. You kept me waiting, Phoenix. Mia! So, how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think. Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear. If memory serves, Mia had a few psyche locks of her own. Mia, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now. Sure. I welcome you to try. Come on, Phoenix. We don't have time to be looking at things like this. We need to find out everything we can for tomorrow's trial. Oh, okay. Mia? Yes? Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean? Why, do you think so? It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yep, a battle of wits against Mia. There's still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow. You mean like how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started, which means that the murderer must have gone into that room before the channeling. That's what I think in any case. But Maya's already said that there wasn't anyone else in there. And that's true, but if we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're stuck like beached whales. Never thought I'd see the day. I'd see this day. Are you actually asking me about spirit channeling? This case is all about spirit channeling. and I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Yeah, I guess you're right. The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling was something our ancestor, Mystic Amife, acquired. I've heard that name before. The Fae family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Ami was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because, you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism, Amitabha. To this day, her soul is still sealed in the Korean sacred urn. It usually sits in the Winding Way and has her name written on it. Yeah. Oh, come on now, Phoenix. It's just a fairy tale. Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too? Yeah, she sure does. Phoenix, you think I'm hiding information about someone from you? Isn't that right? Yes. Alright then. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. Morgan Fay, of course. There is no one else you would protect like this, Mia. Well done, but while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else. Which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion on my aunt. Ugh, Chief Gant isn't dead. Is he? I don't think so. I think he just went to jail. I hope he's not dead. I loved him. You know who is dead, apparently? Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if you were here for that. Fuck, Maya was like telling Pearls about Miles Edgeworth, and Phoenix is like, no, don't ever say that man's name again. And Maya's like, why? And he's like, I can't tell you, we just don't talk about him anymore. And then Pearls is like, who is this man? And he's like, oh, he was a prosecutor I knew, but he's gone now. He's never coming back. And they said he died. And I was like, what? That can't be true. The proof is this piece of cloth. I found it in the incinerator near the Winding Way. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. You mean it's from Maya's costume that she was wearing at the time of the murder? Yes. But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes? But why? I don't know why. But there is only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. What's that look mean? Your argument is too flimsy. Huh? You have no proof that this piece of cloth is actually from Maya's costume. But this blood... And do you know whose blood that is? At this point in time? You don't, do you? Do you have any proof that this piece of cloth is from Maya's costume? Ugh. I don't. The key and the cloth were found together, if I remember correctly. They were both in the incinerator?
Take that!
I think this is the proof you're looking for. The key to the channeling chamber? Huh? At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key, and yet, somehow, it magically ended up in the incinerator in the center garden. You're right. And this is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve, and both this key and the piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was a part of Maya's costume. It would certainly seem that way. Someone changed her into a different set of clothes, and then burned the costume she was wearing at the incinerator. There's only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. Exactly. You did very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me, but I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? How she did it, huh? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? She needed a partner in crime.
Take that!
Eenie Meenie, she's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and Eenie Meenie were in cahoots! Cahoots! Something has been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. This person would have to know a lot about the Fey Manor and the village itself to do this. But Morgan already has an alibi. Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eenie Meenie is involved somehow. But we have one big problem on our hands. A problem? With what? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to? Also, we don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Eenie. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh? Then there is only one possibility. Huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because Mother, she is the one who holds the key to this. Mother, whose? Mine? Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Faye. Mia and Maya's mother. Why would she bring her up now? Now then. Looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then. Right, Chief. We won't lose. So, my thought process is Eenie Meenie was in that box. The basket, that big basket, that basket was already in the channeling chambers, and Eenie Meenie was in it way beforehand. Maya got drugged. Eenie Meenie has the motive to kill the doctor. Because the doctor, she believes the doctor killed her sister. Or caused her sister to die. So Eenie Meenie hides in the box. Maya somehow, I don't know, some way gets knocked out. Eenie Meenie already looks like the sister. Kind of. So when all those pictures were taken, that wasn't Maya, that was Eenie Meenie. Eenie Meenie does the big murders. Everyone sees her dressed up like Maya. So they go, all the pictures are taken. Then then Morgan is left with Eenie Meenie and Maya in the box. She swaps them out. Eenie Meenie goes back in the box. Maya's still unconscious on the floor in all the bloody clothes. That's how that happened. And Morgan did it because she wants the main family to go away so that Pearl can become the next master, because Pearl is like super strong. Murder is like when one person like kills another person, and I just like don't know anything about that. That's so weird. Okay. So, I don't have time to do the trial today because the trials go pretty long, and I actually think this is like the last probably part of the trial. I see us solving the case, so it'll probably go on way longer than I have time for. So, we will finish it tomorrow for sure. I enjoy Francesca a lot. I think she's fun. I think she's very pretty. I like that her dad is crazy. I like that she has a lot of quirks of her father. I think she's neat. I like her a lot. And I guess she's gonna be our main prosecutor because Edgeworth is dead, apparently. This is the craziest bullshit I've ever heard. Oh yeah, she's so pretty. She's so good. Yeah, she does she's got a lot of her dad's quirks, where she like grips her sleeve and stuff. Oh, I noticed that right away. Yeah, she's got a whip, and she whips everybody in the courtroom with it. And she calls us fools, like, a lot. That is like foolish fools who dream foolish dreams in this foolishly place. She's so good. She's very silly. Yeah, she whips the judge. She whips us. She whips the witnesses. She's good. And her voice doesn't hurt my throat the way Von Karma's did. So everything is turning up, Casa. So I will be back with more Phoenix Wright at 2 p.m. EST tomorrow, and that'll be our last Phoenix Wright stream of the. I thought she was. I read that she was from Germany, but I didn't give her a German accent, and I think that's fine. I didn't want to do that. It was gonna be hard. So I'll be back with more Phoenix Wright, our last Phoenix Wright stream of the week, which will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST. I will be back in an hour and 20 with more Pillars of Eternity, and hopefully we'll get more done. Probably not, though. I look forward to it. The Pillars of Eternity streams have been absolutely wild. Especially yesterday's. But, oh no, we had I missed your, follow. Thank you so much. Phoenix Wright is so loud that I missed the notifications for it. But thank you so much for the follow. I'm sorry that slipped past me before. So thank you. So I will be back. I hope to see you there. Thank you. I hope you all have a lovely afternoon, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for being here, and goodbye.